Okay, when it comes to communicating with our spirit guides, we need to rely on our intuition or Clair-abilities. Okay, you're asking, what are these Clair-abilities? Okay, there's 6 clairsense are clairvoyance, clear seeing. When you receive visions of the past, present, and future through your mind's eyes, similar to a daydream. Clairaudience, clear hearing, when you hear words, sounds, or music in your own mind's voice. Clairsentiments, clear feeling, when you can feel a person's or spirit's emotion or feeling others' physical pain. These are all strong gut feelings, or getting the chills, for example. Clairalience, clear smelling, when you can smell odors that don't have a localized physical source. Clairgustance, clear tasting, when you can suddenly taste something that isn't there. And claircognizance, clear knowing, when you have the knowledge of people or events that we would not normally have knowledge about. Sometimes these are things that simply pop into your mind from out of nowhere. Often we will have one dominant clairsense, and we will have to exercise the others to build them up. But just like muscle memory, once you start practicing, it will become super easy and natural to you. But you do have to practice for it to be more fluid and come second nature. The more you practice with each skill, the easier and faster information will come to you. I use all of them, and some of them are easier to get to, and some of them I don't really worry about. But it's a simple exercise that we can do right now to see which senses you get when you talk with your spirit guides. Let's do a simple exercise with one of our clairsenses. First, disregard or forget anything anyone has ever told you about your spirit guides and clear your mind of what you think your guides should be like. Go into this with a completely neutral mindset. So close your eyes and relax and release any tension you are holding. Okay? And then I'm going to invite in your guides. So you can invite your guides in, and you can just say it in your mind, say it out loud, doesn't really matter, and have them stand around you. So let them come in and get into a position close to you so that you can either feel them, know, sense, hear them, and kind of figure out what your clair is. Just try and figure that out. This is how you will always communicate with this guide. And sometimes this takes practice, but that's okay. Practice is good. We always need to do that. So maybe you felt something, maybe you sensed something, maybe you've heard something, or just know that they were there. You can start to do this and get to know them, get to feel them around you. Okay? And then that way you'll know which guide this is and what they're going to do. So usually each guide will show up in the same way for you every time. Each one will be a different experience, and you will feel them in a different position around your body, behind, back. This is all called their energy signature. But each guide will always, almost present the same. So you don't have to guess at who's who. Each guide will have their own personality, characteristics, and attributes that make them unique, just like you and I. Some are very direct and get to the point. Some are very gentle, and some think they're comedians. It is important to remember, though, that if the message you are getting does not resonate with you or doesn't feel like it's coming from a place of love, this is not your guide, and you can tell them to leave you. If you end up having a guide that you knew on Earth that you had some human flaws, like being an alcoholic, for example, it is important to know that these aspects of themselves are no longer present. They were left here when they crossed over. So if it wasn't someone that didn't treat you so well, it's good to know that as your guide, they will be operating from a more loving perspective now, as is everyone who is working through multiple incarnations. Your guides are not perfect, just like us. They are still growing and learning and evolving too. Just remember that they're here to help us in ways that they can help us, but we need to start that connection with them so that we can start to feel them, start to know who they are, and start to create that relationship with them. Then your relationship and your life will change in ways that you wouldn't even think it could happen. So if you want to start to have a better connection with your guides, I do have a workshop coming up, and it's called the Spirit Guide Workshop. It's in April, and if you would like to know more about it, just go to thewellnesshealingcircle.com and check it out. And I hope to see you in the workshop. Just remember